Hello there, and welcome to another review of The Shield Doing a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and tonight we're going to talk about the new album by Puerto Rican death metal band Ritual Cannabis. And their new album is called Two, and it drops today, Friday. So, what can I say about Ritual Cannabis for people that don't know them? So, they're a death metal band from Puerto Rico who formed a few years ago, I think, like at the beginning of the 2010s, if I'm not mistaken, and they have a previous album that came out in 2014. So the band has been working on this follow up for a few years now, but obviously Puerto Rico has gone through a lot of changes, hurricanes, and it made the album a long process. But I can tell you that this album is 9 tracks, 32 to 33 minutes in length, and if you like old school death metal with some modern production, you will like this record. I would recommend this for people who like bands like the Black Dahlia Murder, also other bands in other styles like Revocation. If you like death metal, you will dig these guys. And Ritual Cannabis, the name says it all. You know, they love to talk about sometimes weed in their songs, but not in the obvious way that you would think. It's more, they have more deeper messages in their song. And this album, it's I thought it was very interesting. You know, there's some great tracks on it. So out of the 9 tracks, I think the album starts super solid with Not Dead But Dreaming, and that song has some great drumming on it, some great riffing, and it gets you in the mood for what the album is going to sound like. You know, a lot of the songs on this album are like 2.5 minutes to 3 minute mark. You know, they're not very long songs, but they really, you know, they get the job done. You know, you there's not like a moment of rest on this album. It's pummeling from beginning to end, but the band also incorporates some different elements to their music for not just being the just death metal. They give more things, like for example, What the Moon Brings, which was the lead single that they dropped when a few months ago, and it's the the second song of the album. I think that song has a great starting guitar. It sounds very like melodic and like a dreamy soundscape, but then it goes into more great death metal vocals, which I thought were great, and it's a great representation of what this album sounds like. Uh, then Stalker Among the Stars is another song that starts with some fast drumming. That's something that this album does great. There's some great drumming on it. I was really impressed with the drumming on this album. Then The Virgin of Knowledge keeps on the pummeling, keeps on the great riffing and death metal going. Then on a song like Truth as Violence, it starts a little bit different with some soft guitars, like at least the beginning 54 seconds. This is a little bit of a longer song at a 4 minute mark, and so. But then it gets more pummeling and more death metal. And I think the vocals on it sound great, but I like that they started the song differently because most of the songs start kind of similar with the like a fast drumming and then the guitar kicks in, but Truth as Violence does it a little bit different. Then Fourth Dimension has some great, it has a great solo on it, and I think that the solo on it was my favorite part of that song. It came from Smoke. Love the start to this song. And I love the chorus on it. And there's a part where they're shouting, "Where is your God?" And I thought that part was really good and more great guitar riffing on it. It has some great, a great solo on it as well. And this one reminded me a lot of the Black Dahlia Murder in the tone of the song. Then you have No Respect for the Conquer, the eighth song, and it's again more death metal, more riffing, tighter. But to me, the highlight of the album is Northern Lights, which is the ninth song, and it's the longest song on the album at over 6 minutes. And it's the song where they do most of the experimenting on this album. And I think it's great to end an album with a different sound. It's something that stood out on Northern Lights is that the lead singer incorporates some clean singing, and it's not just in one part, it's in different parts of the song. And I think it gives it a different feel. I like death metal vocals, but sometimes the cleans, give it a different feeling. Plus, you can really listen more to the lyrics in the song. And I think that's a song that also has a great solo that ends the album, and it ends it on a high note. So this band, do not sleep on Ritual Cannabis. If you like death metal, give these guys a listen. And if you are in Puerto Rico this weekend, this Saturday, they're going to play in La Respuesta, and I've seen the band live. They kick ass. So if you're in Puerto Rico, do yourself a favor and go to the album release party for Ritual Cannabis Album 2. You won't be disappointed. The guys put on a great show. And if you want to go deeper into this album, I did a interview with Enrique Chinea, the bassist, like a month ago, and we talked a little bit about the album and inspirations for some of the songs. It's in Spanish, so if you don't know Spanish, put some translator, but it's gonna be somewhere around here. So, what did you think about Ritual Cannabis' new album 2? Did you like it? Do you like your death metal, technical pummeling? Comment, what were your favorite tracks? I really want to know. And if you like the content that I'm putting out, don't forget to give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield doing the couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.